Hi, Gemini. Gemini energy anyways. Not necessarily for only Geminis, okay? I'm not biased like that. All right. Mm-hmm. I can't get this Aerosmith song in my head. I was just listening to it. Well, I wasn't listening to it. I was actually reading the lyrics to it. And really actually goes along the lines of like Steven Tyler being like a massive pedophile. And there's always been something about Aerosmith that like I can't listen to. Like I try to listen and I just can't. Like I try to download songs and like they come on and I'll end up skipping them or something, you know? I don't know what it's he's not going away. And usually like, I mean, I watch the lyrics of like 4 or 5 or 6 other songs. So for some reason, this is the only song that's like staying in my head, which makes me think that like, I don't know, a pedophile is being caught. Whoa. Like sometimes when I say something and my cards react. So I definitely think that like something really weird is going on. Like, I don't know if somebody is obsessed with you. Like, think about it. When a pedophile is obsessed, right? They're obsessed with little boys, little girls, babies, you know, like obsessed, right? And it's like, I'm going to hide you away and nobody can see you. Nobody can help you. Nobody can do anything. Okay. Yeah, massively. Okay. And the song is still playing in my head. So I have to say, like, that's a huge indicating factor that something is not right. Like, this is not an average reading. Yeah. Okay, so yes. Okay. So what I'm thinking is, what I'm kind of getting at is there's, a situation that has to do with somebody getting away from somebody. So, I don't know if in the past you, okay, basically what I'm getting is you uncovered something about what somebody did to you. Okay? And you made the call that nobody wanted to get. Okay? Nobody wants to get the call, hey, by the way, Dad hurt me growing up. Hey, by the way, Uncle Tom did this with me while we were camping. You know, like nobody wants to get that call. You know, like that's the call that everyone is just like, you know, they might have their sneaking suspicions, but to uncover it and to say something, most people don't tell on their family members. They usually wait until the family member has died, okay, before they say anything. But what I'm getting is you told somebody, you called somebody, okay, and you told them that while you were in the company of somebody, something hurt you and it almost made you just die inside. This pedophile was so strategic about his plans that he made it seem like he was obsessed with you. So this made somebody very jealous. Okay, like almost like a mother figure, very jealous. Like, my husband would never touch you. Why would he touch you when he's got me? And you're like, I don't know. Clearly your husband likes kids. Okay, it's like something like that. And I think the reason why somebody didn't say something for so long was because they thought that this parent loved them. Okay, that was hurting them, but really it was just a mask. And I think that this person who's hurt somebody has come through their dreams and they've shown their true colors. They are a monster. They do not love you. They do not care about you. They do not want your safety. They want you dead, because being dead means you can't tell people what they did. That's what I'm getting. Okay. That's what I'm getting from all this. It was brought to the surface. Okay. And now somebody has acknowledged it. Okay. So I don't know if your mother, or if the person that you told via phone, like, this was something that was done over the phone. Okay. It was a genius plan to get somebody out of their grieving process, out of being dead, right? When you're dead, you have to take the thorn out to have yourself be alive again and slowly fix yourself. It's like being stabbed. You can't keep the knife in you forever. You have to take it out and let yourself heal, right? You have to heal from the wound. But it was like nobody wanted to get any more information on it. Nobody really asked you anything, right? So if you recently told your family something, or if you called and you told them something and they didn't really respond, okay, it's because they didn't want to acknowledge it. And if you don't get more information on it, then it's like it just goes away. Like, so for instance, my sister and I lived in my car for a bit, okay? And technically we were homeless, okay? And this lasted for a few weeks, honestly. We were just living in this field and in my car. And finally we had run out of all the money that we had, so we couldn't even buy food. I didn't have enough gas in my car to get us to the grocery store and back. We were like in the middle of nowhere. So in Crown land, basically, right? So there wasn't a lot around. So we had completely run out of money. And my father still owed my sister $500 from when she got married, like 5 years ago before that. So we made it, we took my car and we used the rest of the gas and we made it to the store, and we called him from a convenience store and told him to come down and that he owed us money. And so he came. About 45 minutes to an hour later, he was crying, okay, because his wife told him that his daughters were not to come to that house. She didn't care if we were homeless. Leave them the fuck away from her. She didn't want us anywhere near her. So it made my father cry. So my father shows up crying because his wife has a hissy fit, not because his daughters are homeless, living in their car. No. His wife had an anxiety attack about possibly thinking about letting my sister and I stay in our family home. She couldn't deal with that. So my dad drops this money off in a parking lot, doesn't bring us any food, doesn't bring us any clothes, doesn't bring us anything. All he does is hand us over $1,000 of cash because his wife said to take out an extra $500. They're homeless, Randy. He takes out an extra $500 for us, throws it in the car, and then says, do you really think that the four of us could all live together? Trying to say that, like, this is never going to work. Like, you can be homeless because you're not going to be able to live here with my wife and me. And they're like 4-story home on a lake. Like, oh, well, you're going to be cut off from society. How are you going to get a job? How are you going to get your life together? I don't know. That's why you're here, motherfucker. You're here to help us get our life back together. But he didn't want to do that. And then he never asked a single question. I met up with him 2 or 3 times after that before we just ended up leaving and saying, fuck you, you're an asshole, you're a piece of shit, you don't love your daughters, you don't love your family, you love your fucking wife. And that's it, okay? We were sitting there, we had 3 or 4 different conversations with him, and never once did he ask, hey, like, when you say you were homeless, like, what does that entitle? Like, where were you? We were literally a half an hour away from his house, just sitting in a car, basically waiting to die. We had no food. We had no water. I got water through snow. Sometimes we would go and get like pop, and then we got buns one time and some peanut butter, so then we could actually eat. Like, we were preparing to die. That's what we were doing. We figured that the universe didn't want us anymore, and that they took our home away for a reason, and that we didn't have any support. We didn't have any family. We didn't have anybody that loved us. And we sat in a fucking car and we waited to die. Do you know how sad that is? Well, my father is like, you know, maybe 30 kilometers away, sitting in a 4-story house with his wife who hates his 2 daughters so much that he can't even have a relationship with them. And then at this point in time, I'm like, how are you going to blame it on her? It's him. If he doesn't have the balls to stand up to his wife because he thinks his wife is going to leave him if he loves his daughters, do you think I want to be a part of that? And why the fuck would I ever want to marry somebody like that? You know, so like, honestly, when people don't want to get the information, they don't want to ask, it's because they think that it can just go away. Like, I'm pretty sure my father just thinks I was lying about it, that we were lying about it, that we just tried to get money off of him because we were in some type of bad situation, right? Because by not asking any questions, then he could just use what little information he had on the situation, and he could just fill that information up with his own narcissistic thoughts, right? Because when people don't ask questions, it means that they want to assume that they know the answer, right? So if you told somebody something, but they didn't ask about it, they just took the information and left and walked away, this is coming to an end. Right? Because now, I don't know if maybe they've seen something in their dreams, or they've acknowledged something, or they've gone and asked more information. Like they've gone and asked more questions to get the information that they need. The thing is that this person didn't want to leave you alone. So I almost feel like, if you came out about somebody, if you said something about somebody, then this person over this last, little bit of time that maybe you haven't spoken to them, they've still been talking about you because their obsession is so deep, right? That suddenly it's taken the eye of somebody that's going, okay, so they said that you did this, and this. I kicked them out of the family. I called them a liar. And now 3 years later, you still can't stop talking about them? Like, if they talked so much shit, right? And if they lied, why would you want to talk about them this whole time, right? And it's like, people who are guilty, okay, they end up guilting themselves because they forget. They forget the lies, they forget the betrayal, because it's all about the obsession with the thing, right? So they can make up as many lies as they want, you know, like an alcoholic who's lying and going to the bar, saying that they're going out and handing out resumes. You know, eventually, okay, yeah, your trick might work for a while, but someone's going to notice that, like, hey, I thought you said you went to this place and that place and this place already, but now you're saying you didn't, because they're going to forget, right? Because lies are always forgotten about. If it's the truth, you're never going to forget it. And that's what's so awesome about the truth, is that if you've had a parent that's fucked you over, if you've had a parent that's used you or abused you, right? Pedophiled you, fucking beat you, did shit to you, locked you in your rooms. Remember, your eyes are video cameras. Okay? They video record everything. Your ears are little microphones. They're listening to everything that's going on, right? Your smell, you know everything. You smell. Something's off. Yeah, you know when a dog does that? You know when you can smell something, right? Because your senses are so lit up because of something that happened that desensitized you, right? So now your senses get lit up around things, and your body will tell you, don't be around this person. Don't do this. Stay away from this. Don't go down that road. Don't go to the store right now. Stay home. Love yourself. Do this for yourself. Go to bed. Don't engage, right? Don't go near this person. And when something happens to you, and this is what I've always said about my stepmother, because my stepmother is a pathological liar, okay? She believes the things that she says because she thinks that she's right about everything. So she's pathologically convinced herself of so many things, even though it's a lie. It's the truth is right in front of her, but she psychologically manipulates herself to see the truth in something else because she thinks she's smarter and better than everybody. Okay. She doesn't trust anything. She trusts her own mind, and her mind fucks her over. So I've always said to myself, you know what? I can't wait. I can't wait until death, right? Until she dies and then I die, or then I die and she dies, because I've got all this memory. She's got her lies in 3D. Sure, she can tell her bullshit lies to anybody because she was the only one there with me, right? I tell the truth. And I'm thinking, I'm always going to remember the truth. I remember why she grounded me. I remember the lies that she told. I remember everything because I was right there watching a parent manipulate me to my other parent. Well, I know that's not what happened, but they always deemed me the liar because Cindy always wanted to win. My stepmother always wanted to win. Okay, she wanted to win everything, like she knew everything. You couldn't tell her anything. She knew all the information already. And she still acts like that, which is very fucking stupid. Okay, it's very immature to act like you know everything, right? So her immaturity has stemmed out since the second I met her as like a 27-year-old woman, okay, with a kid herself and already been married. She knew what she was doing. She knew how to manipulate, right? I didn't see that as a child because I wanted to love her. She was a loving mother that I thought really loved her son, but she didn't. She manipulated her son. She didn't love my dad. She manipulated him. Like now that I see it as an adult, I'm like, oh, I know why Cindy doesn't want to be near me because I know the truth about her. Everybody thinks she's some victim. Oh, Cindy's so nice. She's a mother, blah, 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 blah. She's just been manipulated. Yeah, of course you see it that way because you've only spoken to her. You've never spoken to any of her victims, right? Of the crimes that she's committed over the last 30 years, right? Like some people, they can use their face. Okay. And they can appear as something else. Okay. They can appear as beautiful. They can appear as loving. They can appear as the mother that you've always wanted because they're an illusion. It's an illusion. And if a child is seeking love, it's like an abandoned puppy. It's going to go to the first thing it sees. And no matter how much it beats it, it's still going to love it because it has nothing else. Okay, so the way that parents and adults manipulate, always remember your peepers are your recorders. And I mean, it goes both ways. If you've done a lot of bad shit, know that you recorded yourself doing it all. But if you've done a lot of shit that's good and you've been through a lot of things and you've been traumatized, those peepers have all the film ready for somebody to watch it, right? When you die, when you cross over, that's where you meet your maker. You meet your fucking family. You meet why you came here. You understand the karma. You understand the mission that you got brought into. And it all comes together. I don't know why it wouldn't, or this fucking 3D wouldn't be such a fuckery, right? If it didn't mean something beyond something. I don't know what that something is. I don't know who you see. I don't know what you see. I don't know what you have to say, but I do know that there's justice because there's justice all around. I can see justice in my dreams. I can see it in real life. I can see it. So why wouldn't it exist for me, right? Of course it does. It's just everybody's judgment day is different. Everybody's day is different. Right. And you can't play it out like anybody else because you're not like everybody else. Right. My parents were also very like sticklers, like everybody's the same. If you think someone's different, they're the exact same as you. That's bullshit. No, they're not. People come with their own baggage, their own health issues, their own family issues. People come with baggage. We're not all the same. So to ever say that people are the same is deceiving. Okay. And very confusing to a child. Okay. So this is all the reading, but coming back around, all I can see is this obsession card. This person still is obsessed with you. Okay, Phantom of the Opera obsessed. So obsessed that it's not love. I can tell you that right now. Okay, it doesn't have anything to fucking do with love. It has everything to do with obsession and some type of genius plan to go under the radar. And this started at a very early age, whatever this is. Started at a very early age, okay? And it continued for a very long time. And that's why when you say something, right, you expect the energy to change. And then when it doesn't, you're like, okay, so nobody believes me. And then everybody just ostracizes you, gets you out of the group, so no one talks to you anymore. And then all favors around this pedophile or this abuser, right? And it's like, oh, so we're so sorry that person talked all that stuff about you. Like, you're such a nice person. We know you're a nice person. And then this so-called nice person can't stop talking about you. So if you said something that was so out of left field and never the truth, that this person should be so angry with you, well, A, why haven't they talked to you about it? B, why has nobody said anything to you about it? And C, why is this person still talking to you or talking about you if you piss them off so bad? Right? So it's like people don't really want to see through the lines. Right? They want things cut and dry. And then once you tell them something and they believe it, they don't want to have to believe anything else. right? People don't really like to expand their minds, right? Life is such a difficult obstacle that people have so many things that they're dealing with in their own life that they really don't want to deal with somebody else's drama, right? And that's just human nature. Okay, who the fuck wants to deal with somebody else's shit? Nobody does, right? But knowing that this person can't keep their mouth shut is making me wonder, why do they keep talking about you if it was all a lie to begin with? If they called you such a bad person and they said that you talked so much shit, why are they still talking about you? Doesn't make sense to me, right? If they truly hated you and the things I don't like, do you think I think about them all the time? Fuck no. I don't think about anything I hate unless it comes to my view and I have to deal with it. I don't want to think about the things I hate, okay? Like, that's not how I want to do the day, okay? That's not how I run my day, okay? So it's like, you got to wonder, if this person has such hate for you, they wouldn't be talking about you. It's an obsession. And that's anybody talking trash about you or talking around town about you. Like, anybody that's talking about you in general is like, why do you have to tell? Like, we don't talk about people. My sister and I don't talk about people. We talk about our life. We talk about what's going on. Sometimes we have these like awesome yelling sessions where we'll just like get all this like aggression out of us. And we're just like, fuck. And she's like, fuck. And we just get it out because we're dealing with so many people's energies that like, you have to get it out of you. You can't hold that into you, because then if you hold it all in, then you're going to take it out on your relationships. Like, if I didn't get that out, I would take it out on her. I know I would, because it would just come out naturally, right? Like, if you don't have a valve that you can like decompress and open, then it's just going to overpressurize, make you explode, right? And this person is like, I think that's a part of this too, is like, they are exploding because you're not around, right? And they don't have their little ruby, to caress anymore. It's so disgusting because people are so infiltrated by disgusting demons and demonic energy inside of them that makes them want to hurt little children, right? And their obsession with it goes so deep. That's what I mean. Like, pedophiles, they have a way of just showing their natural colors because of how possessed, demonic, and disgusting they really are. How their mind is manipulated by other things, or they're bred into it. And then they do it as an adult because it's what they were shown. I just saw 222 on the time there. So this is like, this is about somebody. I almost see like, in Avatar when they jump into those robots, right? And they get into them and then they're like this huge robots and they walk with them, right? It's like suddenly now I see like somebody's like in their shoes now and they're walking and they're controlling their temple. And when you have control of your temple, then like I said, you really don't lose control. But when you don't have control of your temple, like this person, they don't have control because you're not there, and they have control usually over you. So if you've disappeared from the situation and that's how they had their control, now they have no control. So they're looking for that pull again. And it's making people notice, because this is an egg that's already hatched and gone away. Why do you keep talking about it? That's what gets me, right? And that's how I've always said to people, like, okay, fuck these motherfuckers who think that they can sit around talking about somebody and everyone thinks that because they're talking hatred, that they actually think that this person hates them. You don't talk about things that you hate. You talk about things you're obsessed with. Okay. And like, the whole healing process with my family and how I've started to like get on this healing road for the last like 4 years, and how I do talk about it. I talk about it because my obsession with trying to heal. I have to channel it because there are more things that I find out about my trauma that I've survived that come out as I'm channeling, right? Because there's things that are hidden inside of me that I hid for so long because it was a defense mechanism. Right? And I knew that I would use these things to my advantage as an adult. And I do. I'm a private investigator. I know what I do. I know what I'm watching. I know everything about everybody. I just have to trust my conscious. I have to trust what my divine soul is saying to me at the exact moment that I encounter somebody, right? Because we have these missions and we have these journeys that our souls have to meet with people. They're designed to line up so then people's past don't get destructed. Like, I met with this lady yesterday at my work. She comes in all the time. Her fucking friend killed herself last week, leaves behind 3 kids. And you know, when it's a woman who kills herself, it always hits home a little bit more, especially when she's got kids, right? Because what the fuck was going on in that woman's mind to make her do what she did and leave 3 kids behind for the world to take care of? Good luck. But I just hope that there's somebody that's there to make sure those kids get what they need, right? It's like there are things that happen that are out of control. And then there are things that happen that are out of control that we then somehow like benefit from, right? Because it's all part of like building each other. Like we're all here as a team. We're all supposed to be working together. And then when these people go against the team and they go against the model and they go against the laws, then it takes a really long time to bring them to justice, because the universe isn't expecting people to act so foolishly and go against everything that was designed not to do here. Right? So it's kind of like a real, like, kind of like mind fuckery almost. Right? And it's like the fact that like you can say something and nobody asks you a single question about it. It's like, you know, you might have thought, well, hey, they believe me then. You know, they're not asking anything, so clearly they believe me. And then there's the other spectrum that you're actually on where they haven't asked you because they don't give a fuck. Because they think it's fake information. Okay, who made them God, right? You have to really be careful out there in the jobs that you do and in the like whatever position that you're in, because if you get in the positions where you make decisions for people and you act like God, just remember, other people get that privilege too. And if you fuck around, you get killed. That's the way it works. So it's just death, kill as in transition, right? So it's like you fuck around with people for a certain amount of time. Just remember, roles get reversed and suddenly that wheel's going to turn. And those people that thought they were going to get away with everything for so long eventually get caught. Whether or not it's death that catches them, whether or not it's the cops that catches them, whether or not it's their fucking own DNA and stupidity that catches them, everything catches somebody in the end because we're recording them. So I'm going to say that this reading, I just kind of like, sometimes I try to like sum up the reading in the end so that I can get the title for it. And the way that I see how this kind of just got summed up, the way that I see it is, it's almost like pedophile gets caught red-handed. Right? And, yeah. I kind of think that's, I mean, unless another title comes to my head while I'm uploading, it's most likely going to be pedophile gets caught red-handed. So because it's somebody, or abuser gets caught red-handed. Because it could be just abuser. This person might not be a full-blown pedophile, you know, like they may just be obsessed with kids and manipulating them. They could just be obsessed with like mind manipulation and brainwashing. Right? That's why it might not be pedophilia, but it definitely is. I mean, pedophilia is just, it gets put in a category where it's abuse of children. Right? That's kind of how I label them, you know, it's just children abusers, right? Because when the victim is above 18, then crimes change, right? The label of crimes change. So I just want to say, like, I want to say abuser, because abuser is an abuser. It doesn't matter if you're a child, if you're an adult, abuser is abuser. So might be abuser gets caught red-handed. Because they were recorded. And that's what I said, man, about so many people on TikTok and, you know, their videos get put up onto YouTube and they just get caught red-handed, breaking the law, because they're recording it. Because they're idiots. You know, somebody has gotten into their head and filled them up with some type of like bullshit information. And they're like, I'll always get away with this. Click, you know, and you're like, all right, please continue to film yourselves breaking the law, because it's hilarious and it makes for a great movie for me to watch in the morning. That makes me laugh. It's hilarious. Like, keep recording yourself breaking the law. That would be like me doing this channel, right? Recording myself, and then doing a drug deal through my window. Oh, hey, yeah, okay, you want a 10-piece? All right, I said 10-piece. I don't even know how to deal anything. I don't know what a 10-piece would be, but, you know, like, I don't, like, Right on camera. No one's gonna catch me. I'm a tarot reader. Why would they see me? I'm an angelic tarot reader. So stupid. Like, people are so dumb. I'm a mother. I can hit my child and show the world that you need to discipline your kids. And the next day they're arrested. Keep it up, idiots. Honestly, I love it. I love these recorders. I love these little cameras on people's phones. It's hilarious. It's like, man, just keep recording yourself being an idiot. Honestly, it's just going to help all of us and then not have to deal with you soon once you get arrested. That's it. Peace. Word to you, mothers. Personal readings, whitneymoonshine@gmail.com. Other than that, thanks for everything. You guys are great. This channel is awesome. So it's going to just keep growing, and that's what I'm excited for. So have a great day. Have a great weekend, and you'll see more of me soon.